very loud mechanical sound just woke me up out of bed. I haven't been able to sleep. Yes, it is daylight, but I was hoping to stay in bed because I've been up all night and half the day. And but of course, all these sounds are gauged according to what you're doing to completely deplete your energy and drive you, out of your mind. They're taking your normal mind from you. The other sound, 10 times more loud than that. But as soon as I got the mobile to record it and come up to the bedroom where it started, even though you can hear it, of course, all over the place, these sounds follow you around. The artificial intelligent army actually follows you around. It's an artificial intelligent army workforce, because basically the army employs civilians in all fields of work in the city. Basically everything it's a military base that I live on, literally. It is literally a real military base disguised as a civilian suburb, because although it has all civilian houses, they're populated by civilians that are really working as army operatives. And they also own and populate every single building, every single house. Half the properties are vacant. That's why they have these staged pull down work operations going on, where every day, everywhere you look, a house is being pulled down, because basically there is no one living in the places. They're empty. The army owns the whole inner west section of the city of Sydney, and particularly the suburb of Leichhardt where I live, because that's where I'm living, and I observe these streets every day, just as this is where I'm living, and I've always got noise going on around me. They're trying to really destroy me before they have to clear out with this major work operation that's been going on around me for the last 3 months. Before that, I had a major work operation right next door for 1.5 years. So it just goes on and on. See how it goes into years? So that's like, like nearly 2 years of continual work operation. And basically it has been 7 years of continual work operations in this street, where the sound comes into the house, one after the other. They stage it, so they're all different, but they're just one after the other. It wouldn't be possible or realistic if you were living here. But of course, the few beings that are permanent army operative residents, and they basically, are like you could say just watchers to always be patrolling and observing from the houses. Most of them, of course, are vehicles that come into the area. And the rest are just staged army operatives that, come into the shops and into the places as you're going past them, just as the vehicles pull in and out of you and bank up with their traffic around you, swerve around everywhere you look. It's a total transhuman mind to computer to Android setup system, because The reason I know this is because everywhere I look, a vehicle will be swirling around me, will be coming into my line of sight. Every street, doesn't matter where you try to go or how quickly you look, you can glance because it's connected to your senses, to your brain, you see. So that's how you know it, and that's what all this technology is about. But until you experience it and see it firsthand, you won't actually believe it. But it is there in everyone. They only activate it when they think that you start to see it, or start to see the artificial beings around you, or the psychopath type humans. You know, you see their negative, completely human mind controlling of real humans. You see the difference. You say one is a human and one is a psychopath. And the minute you see that in, say, a personal relationship, and or if you experience it yourself, which really is like a textbook on that psychopathy, so you're really then driven home. They're literally just showing you a whole psychology course before your eyes. You don't even have to be particularly bright. You're like, what is the difference between this person and the person I'm talking to? And you're like, I'm talking to something that is so far away of what you thought would be human. But either way, I'm wasting my time recording here because they've turned off that excessively loud sound, which I wanted to just record to show how sound is a human mind control mechanism, or it's because everything is frequency vibration, but also just human being senses, as you know yourself. If you are listening to negative sounds all the time, even in the privacy of your own place, day in and day out, you can't function properly. So if I seem like a lunatic, it's because of the sound work program that's always around me. And even if you thought it was accidental, you'd say, yes, it must be very unpleasant. See, who wants a bang, bang, bang in their head all the time? Would you like that? Because that's like in my head, you see. That sound, even though it's coming outside, it's like having a bang, bang, bang in your head all the time. And if you have the mechanical sounds, particularly when they're connected to your mind. These beings are connected to your mind through the transhuman implantation. That means through the nanotechnology that is implanted in you. And it can be implanted in you through various means. We know there's such a thing as in almost microscopic microchips that they are bringing into common use. This is just where they're bringing something in that's already there. They show you something on a smaller, more simple scale, get you to adopt it. And eventually what they've already got in you is the norm. And then you're under total mind control, like me. Or in other words, you are under control of this technology. So they can put the banging noises into your head because they can bring their beings that are connected to your implant around you. That's how they do it in a practical manner. From my point of view, it's like having just banging sounds always in your head. It sounds as though it's schizophrenic, but in reality, it's real because you can see the work programs, you can see what, it's just that because it's continual, you can't get yourself back to a sane state of mind. If it was the odd job occasionally, you'd recover from it, but they don't give you the chance to recover. So they keep the programs in this army military base suburb of Leichhardt in the city of Sydney, where I live, or try to live, but you can't live. How could you live when you've got a banging noise in your head all the time, when you've got these mechanical sounds coming into your head? And that banging is the least of it. That's because they're letting me record that. Because they can see me right now with the mobile, so they know that I'm recording. But they also know that no one watches my videos, and that even if they did, they'd probably be on the other side of the world, so it would just be a curiosity for them. So it's win-win for the artificial intelligent world, and lose-lose for humanity. What's left of it? Because don't forget, that's another thing too, is that most human beings are under the idea or the false information that there's billions and billions of real humans, when in reality you've got only a small population of humans that have gradually been exterminated, you could say. Or, and I say exterminated because it is a deliberate process. It's not like you're dying of natural causes. It's not like you're living your longest life, which should actually be a lot longer than what you would realise too. Human beings should live for hundreds of years. We're told this in religious stories, but these stories are actually more factual. That's because you're in a matrix, so they're bringing your body down to where it lives a lot less. And then they create diseases which then they come up with cures for, so that therefore they keep control of your mind, and the powers that be still have control over Earth. But really, it's all set up and staged. If human beings were living in just their own normal natural environment, without these android beings around them, and without all their false mind control information, always making you feel as though you're living in a disease, very threatening human society, that your body is frail, your mind is frail, all these things which they implant into you through their mind control information. And they also do, of course, like you can see with me, bring you down at an emotional and psychological and therefore real level, because they're breaking down my immune system. Military plane over the roof. Can't show it because I'm up in the bedroom. But anyway, I'll stop this video because I'm doing the one-eyed stuff by that too, and you certainly don't want to be seen on a video, even though that's the whole idea. See, they want to mix you with their lot, and then they want to pretend to be you, or a real human. That's the name of the game. That's how they do it, That's how they do it. And that's how they do it. So if I'm doing the one-eyed thing, but I'm one-eyed in seeing them and focusing on them, that's about all. But then again, they make you focus on them too, so you're not focusing on your own life. You're focused on their sound system, on their visual, disturbing patrol system around you. I mean, I basically am losing everything in my life because I can't concentrate to even get things that could be given to me, even, and of course you see this in the mindset of those that are around you too, because these beings will actually take a loss and a fall for themselves if it means bringing you down. You see this is what makes them particularly lethal for you. That's what you don't understand till you've lost. That's the problem.